Yeah, boy.
Oh my God!
What is up, guys? As you saw in the intro, Roblox is slightly boring right now, I'm not even gonna lie. So I was like, let me go ahead and make my own. And I have like 50 unfinished projects at the moment, but I was lying in bed last night and I just thought of the best idea for a game. And I also thought of starting to make YouTube videos about it. So, you might be thinking what this game is about. Well, I actually would tell you. However, I would really like to make more videos about it. And you guys actually need to find out what it is about. This will actually help me because then I know my game isn't complicated at all. So, first of all, you always need something to take inspiration of. And I actually know this game called Defend Your Base with Anime. And I like the way they made their map. I don't know what it was, but it's like simple but colorful. And you know what? I actually really like this style. So of course I started out with a base for the map and got the base plate texture alongside the studs texture. I then went ahead and played about with the transparencies and colors, and this is what I got in the end. I actually think it came out quite nice, but right now we only have a base. So in Defend Your Base with Anime, they also had sand and water, which honestly just looked amazing. So I went ahead and did that as well. So I'm not even joking when I say this, but it took me like 10 minutes. And I also asked ChatGPT what color the sand was because I just couldn't find the perfect color to match my grass. However, after a while, I did find it, and here it is. So now we have the grass and sand, but we are missing one more thing. And if you said water, then you're right. Why else would I be standing next to a pool? So let's go ahead and make it. So I basically used the same exact thing as the grass and sand. However, I added 2 layers, the bottom and the top, which will be the water texture, and the bottom, which will be the stud texture. And I won't bore you guys with me making this, so here's a time lapse. And boom, there we go, no glaze. But guys, I mean, come on, I think it came out amazing. Also, I'll make sure to animate the water as well for that extra level of detail, but that's for another video I have planned. Well then, now we have the whole map, or at least part of it. I might need to add on to it later on. However, with this, we can now start working on the plots. So I scouted the map and thought for like 5 minutes on what I want my plots to look like. Originally, I was going to go for a fence around the plots. But then I was like, hey, what if I just go over to Defend Your Base with Anime and look at how their plots look like?
Bruh.
But yes, I know I took heavy inspiration from that game, so shout out to them. However, I didn't fully copy them as later on I changed up the map a little, so make sure to stay tuned for that. So after thinking of how to copy this, but not exactly, so it matches the style of my game, we got this. Yeah, I know. It's only a big textured part, but stay with me here. You always gotta start somewhere. So now that we have the base of the plot, I need to add slots for the units. Now before you say, oh, so this is just a copy of Steal a Brain Rot.
No, it's not. Okay?
Then I went ahead and tried a couple of designs for it until I came up with this. Yes, this is the final result. You guys like it, right? Right? I then went ahead and duplicated them all and made in total 16 of them that the player can have. Obviously, they need to rebirth to unlock them, but just to let you know. I mean, you didn't think I would give them out for free. And it also gives the player another thing to grind for. Oh, and also, in case you haven't realized, I added a small barrier around the plot instead of a fence, and it was the best decision I have ever made. What do you think of it? So I then went ahead and made a little area for the player. And guys, this is the idea that made me want to start the game. I don't think it's unique because I'm pretty sure it was done before, but it is so the player doesn't just AFK the game the whole time, and it also adds another bit of gameplay I can add, which in my opinion is just amazing. And I also didn't want it to just be a square, so I added some smaller parts on each side to make it a more unique shape. So now back to the units. it's now time to add a collect money button. Now, this is what the player will be able to AFK. And the buttons play a big part in my game, so I need to make sure they look good. And you know I really liked how the player area came out by using the smaller shapes to transform it. So I actually just went ahead and used the same style for the button, and I also made sure the font was good. And I just learned how to use Figma, so I know how to make nice text there, but I'm not sure how to use it for text, because I just use my things that I make in Figma as images or image buttons, which means scripting the text I made in Figma wouldn't work as it's an image. But if you know, please let me know down in the comments, as most of the Roblox fonts are actually so bugs. Anyways, I finished off the buttons and added text, and voila, this is how it looks. I then went ahead and decorated the player area by adding some weights in the player's boxing bag. And yeah, if you have figured out by now the game has something to do with boxing, well, play is the biggest part actually. I also made these 2 Robux products, the auto collect, and then just duplicated that and made collect all. And I also made UI for the slots, pretty simple. But all I did was just made every rebirth you unlock 2 slots until rebirth 6, which you will unlock all 16. And with that, that's the plot done. I then went ahead and created folders for each plot and grouped the important stuff together so that I can stay organized and make scripting the plot system much easier. And with everything completed and folders prepared, I then went ahead and duplicated each plot and positioned them nicely so that I can have 6 plots in total on the map. And for one last thing, I can't forget about the spawn points, so I just went ahead and placed them next to each plot, named them, and put them into the correct folders. So then once I have done that, that was the plots fully complete. I then went ahead and put these nice wind particles that I found in the toolbox and went ahead and test the map in game. I don't know, personally I think it came out quite nice. However, I do need to fix the UI a little bit, but that's for later. So, remember when I mentioned at pretty much the start of the video that I would be expanding the map? Well yeah, I began to do so. This area was where players could get their units. And I was originally going for this thing. I don't know what it's called, but I really liked how in Pet Sim 99 they had like a nice animated border around the coins. But guys, I had absolutely no idea how to do it. I spent around half an hour trying to get it until I finally gave up and just tried a different approach, and this is what I got in the end. So with that done, we had one more area to do, which was the market area. And guys, I am not kidding, I loved how it came out. Once you guys see the end result, let me know what you guys think. I started off by duplicating the last area we made, like the ground and sand, so everything can be even, and went ahead and made this stall model. Obviously I'm stupid, so I didn't record me making it, but here it is. However, I might change the colors later. We will see at the finished result. I then duplicated them and changed the color based on the thing it does. And if you have noticed, I have also tried to decorate it a little because it just felt so plain and boring. However, I then thought of a great idea to make it look nicer. So guys, enjoy the time lapse of me making this area. If you prefer not to watch it, just skip to the time displayed on the screen right now. And don't worry, I still showed the finished result fully at that time. And voila, there we go. I think this came out very nice. I have so much space to add different stuff for future updates, limited items, or even machines. And just to finish it up, I added nice conveyors to the market and to the units area, and just small details there and there. And yeah, the conveyors look quite nice. However, I'll make sure to change the speed to make them a little faster. And here's how the market looks like in game. What do you guys think of it? Anything I should change or add? So guys, with that all done, the map is now fully finished and I'm ready to begin scripting or making UI for the game. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, as a lot of effort gets put into making these. And I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2026. Oh, also, one more thing before you go. If you would like to see exclusive sneaks or updates being made on the game, make sure to join the Discord server in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think of the map in the comments. I'm going back to sleep.